What's going on, y'all? This is John Alsace with Facemask Fantasy. We got new up-to-date fantasy content coming your way every day on this channel, so if you have not subscribed already, then please hit that button. But before we get into our main topic for today, my co-host Nick Payne put in a ton of work to give you guys a free 2021 Redraft draft kit available on our website, which can be found at facemaskpod.com. It's a great piece of content, something that other analysts might be charging you for, but we're giving it to you for free. So without further ado, let's get into some fantasy talk, and today I want to talk about Jaret Patterson. Now, the Washington football team signed Buffalo running back Jaret Patterson as an undrafted free agent following the NFL draft in 2021. Patterson is 5'6" and 195 pounds, so he's a very small running back, and he was a 2-star recruit to Buffalo. Despite that, he reached 1,000 plus yards in all 3 collegiate seasons, including his 6-game junior campaign in 2020 that was cut short due to the pandemic. Despite his small frame, again 5'6", 195, he broke college records by rushing 36 times for 409 yards and 8 touchdowns against Kent State during the 2020 season. 8 touchdowns. That's insane. Now, he did post just 11th percentile adjusted spark athleticism at his pro day. He had a 4.52 40-yard dash, and he did only catch 20 passes throughout his entire college career. So, limited athleticism, limited pass catching prowess, super small stature. I mean, you could say he profiles as a Darren Sproles, but he profiles as a Darren Sproles without Darren Sproles' elite athleticism, and he doesn't come with Darren Sproles' passing down chops. So it's fair to wonder how valuable that is. And you have to take into account that he was not even drafted in the 2020 season, in which the NCAA granted everybody an extra year of eligibility due to the pandemic. The 2021 NFL draft had 1/3 the number of prospects as a normal year because so many players opted to return to school to improve their draft stock following sitting out the 2020 COVID season. And he still wasn't drafted in, by all accounts, what was a lesser talent pool than usual. So, despite all of his college production on the ground, how valuable is he? Now, the Washington football team did not address their backfield outside of Patterson through the 2021 NFL draft. And this is after using a 3rd-round pick on Antonio Gibson, who was their bona fide number 1 entering the season just last year. And he joins a depth chart that includes J.D. McKissic, Peyton Barber, and the aforementioned Gibson. We saw the Washington football team feature Gibson and McKissic in both the running and receiving games last season, and both guys will be featured likely more so in both of those roles this season. So where does that leave Patterson? Patterson will likely be the backup running back to the 1st and 2nd down role on this team if anything were to happen to Antonio Gibson at any point in time throughout the season. With his lack of passing down chops and his lack of athleticism, I just don't see him contributing to that 3rd down role, even if McKissic were to get injured. I don't know if it would go his way altogether, and it's just really hard to say because we have not seen him produce or really be given the chance to produce in a receiving role. So all this to say, in season-long leagues, in redraft leagues, I'm not looking at Jaret Patterson, but he is on my watch list just in case anything were to ever happen to Antonio Gibson, because I do think that he would be, if not first in line, 2nd in line for that role. Maybe Peyton Barber beats him out. Never really know. Seeing as Peyton Barber is not a very exciting option, I could see Jaret Patterson being that guy if and when that ever happened. But in Dynasty, this is where it gets interesting, because long-term, he could eventually replace McKissic as Washington football team's running back too, if he were to show the coaching staff that he could contribute in a passing down role at any point in time in 2021. Outside of that, I could see them cutting Peyton Barber, at which point he would have value for your Dynasty team. So really, he has 2 routes to being valuable to your fantasy team, but he's not going to be somebody who you're going to really end up playing on a week-in, week-out basis, again, unless there's an injury at the running back position for the Washington football team ahead of him on the depth chart. So what do y'all think? Do you think the promise that he showed on the ground through college will carry over to the NFL and he will eventually grow into a receiving role in this Washington offense? Or do you think, like me, he basically profiles as a 1st and 2nd down running back, Put your thoughts in the comment section below. My name is John Alsace. This is Facemask Fantasy. We're bringing you new up-to-date fantasy content every day on this channel, so if you have not subscribed already, please do. Thank you for listening and have a great day.